And you now locked in with the flyest
sneakers of the year so far. Put you at number 10.
Come on. You guys start some bullshit. Let's be honest. Like, can we be f***ing honest? It should be for the next however long I'm in this game, number one, period. There's nobody doing anything f***ing exciting. I'm not excited by Jordans.
Swamp Izzo!
Jordan. This is New York City, baby. Knicks only. I don't ever want to see a jump man on a Knicks jersey. I refuse.
So nah, that boy said forget Jordans. Jordans aren't exciting, which I kind of see where he's coming from. You know, he's throwing shots at the top. I feel like this shows his passion, how serious he is about the sneaker game. Plus, at the end of the day, it gives off that New York energy. But on the other side of things, of course, you're gonna have Jordan purists, which are like, how dare he say this right now, especially due to the fact that Jordan Brand, they're celebrating their 40th anniversary, 40 years of shaping this sneaker game, which we all know and love. But I most definitely kind of see things from both sides. We know Action Bronson, he's got a new pair of 992s coming with New Balance, a release which I would say many people are kind of divided on. You got some people that love these, others that don't. So maybe he's trying to stir the pot up a little bit, keep the conversation going, and trying to create a little bit of buzz for his upcoming release. But regardless, I feel like he's got the people talking, so hey, it looks like it was a solid move from Action Bronson. And with him saying that Jordans aren't exciting anymore, how do y'all feel about that statement? And speaking of Jordans not being exciting, I feel like that would be a great opportunity for us to take a look at some sneakers, upcoming releases which aren't Jordans, that are exciting. And then stay tuned for the end as we're gonna take a look at the debut of the upcoming Air Jordan 40. That one's real special. We got some past elements, design elements infused into this sneaker, which it seems to be a big thing, paying homage for the 40 years of Jordan Brand releases. So with all of that being said, we're gonna start with the Adidas Pharrell Adistar Jellyfish. This one created a lot of buzz ever since we first saw images, and here we got the latest look of the promo packaging, which it looks like they were showcasing out there during Paris Fashion Week. So that's real cool and everything like that. You also got Pusha T rocking an unreleased colorway, which when it comes to this model right here, you guys will notice that it's a more chunkier version of the Adistar cushion, a model which some of y'all should be familiar with from like them piggy joints which dropped, but it's essentially one of the newer kind of like retro running models which Adidas is trying to push this year. And as far as Pharrell's take, you guys see it's a more premium look, a more like exaggerated, chunkier type of look. So looks like people are definitely rocking with those. You also got Pharrell on the runway rocking the unreleased brown and yellow pair. So these are definitely lining up to be a hype release from Adidas. It kind of falls in line with what Pharrell's doing right now in the luxury world over with LV, as these definitely look premium. Retail price is premium as well for an Adidas model, coming in at 280 bucks. So these are definitely not for everybody, but I think this is one that's gonna create a lot of buzz when they drop. Set to drop sometime this fall. As far as the price point, you know, I mentioned a little more premium than what we're used to from Adidas, but I guess that plays into the fact that of like limited availability, as well as them like kind of creating a brand new model, as these are a chunkier version of the Adistar Cushion 3. So these are nice, definitely one that is gonna be making a lot of noise for Adidas. And then next up, we got Lil Yachty, somebody who's been making some waves here with his latest Nike collaborations. When it comes to artists like Lil Yachty, I think he's kind of known for like his interesting take on fashion, which I appreciate the fact that he take risks. It feels like he has fun with it. As far as his Nike releases, we did see that first It's Us Force One drop, which was kind of more like uniform. There was a little bit of controversy on some of his takes at the Complex Sneaker of the Year Awards and all that. But when it comes to his second release, you know, the kind of Jamaican vibes, the one with the Rasta colorways, that one was definitely a huge hit, had a lot more flair. It was a lot more exciting with the patent leather. And as far as this latest one, here you got one that's kind of more in the plain Jane lane. So we'll get into it. Again, these aren't officially confirmed to be releasing, but if these do drop, I think I kind of like what I'm seeing right here. So when you have this one, of course, it plays into the whole black Air Force One energy. But when it comes to the details, I do appreciate the fact that they got that little pop of purple in there, which kind of forces people to get out of their element, you know, incorporate some purple into their wardrobe. And on top of that, it kind of reminds me of like what we see with the J-Hound and everything like that. So if from afar, these may just look like a pair of dusty, plain Jane, black Air Force Ones, but when you get up close, you'll see the purple details. You'll see the little Concrete Boys logo plaster right there. So as far as this one, this is kind of one of those releases where it's like, if you know, you know, and I'm rocking with it. So we'll see. Have to wait on more details on that, but I appreciate what Lil Yachty has been bringing here to the footwear game. I know he gets a lot of hate from people, but you know, it's kind of subjective. You either like it or you don't. So moving forward, of course, we had to touch on the Shai ones, which of course Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they just took home Oklahoma City, their first NBA title, which as far as that victory, that was dope. On top of that, you know, he took home MVP honors. He also won MVP this season. So he's just having an all around year as far as like what he brings to the table. He's got a dope style as well. And one of the kind of rising stars, one of the several faces of the league. We can't just put that all on one person. So when they won the ring, man, sneaker Twitter was going off talking about Converse is dropping the ball by not dropping the Shai ones. Well, it turns out they did actually drop these early, right? But this release was exclusive. It looked like just for the folks at Oklahoma City. So it looks like Shai's keeping this one home team first. And then as far as the official release, it looks like these will drop sometime like ahead of the next NBA season. So sometime coming up this fall. So you gotta love that one right here. And of course, you know, we had to mention J-Tips, which it looks like they've just previewed his latest collaboration with Saucony. This is the brother right here, which by himself pretty much put Saucony on his back, brought them right back into the whole streetwear hype conversation. So you guys see what's happening right here. This is the Saucony Pro Grid Triumph 4 J-Tips. He's bringing his signature flair to this Saucony retro model. They got a lot of models in their back catalog. I think the Triumph 4 originally dropped in like the early 2000s, something like that. So these are cool and all that. On top of this, it looks like they are going to be releasing an entire collection. So it's so dope to see the J-Tips. They went from that first pair, which created the buzz. Then we started to see him dropping 2 pairs at once, even incorporating kids pairs into his releases. And as far as his latest one, it looks like we not only getting 1, 2, 3, I can spot out 4 different pairs. So it looks like they're taking things to the next level. And with them actually releasing 4 pairs, it also takes me back to this tweet which I dropped earlier this year where I was saying something about J-Tips. If he drops another sneaker like this year, then he's kind of stamped his position here in this game, to which he replied, what if I got 4? So kind of crazy that he was foreshadowing this moment right here. It looks like we got 4 new pairs of J-Tips Sauconys set to release sometime coming up here in the near future. And with all of that being said here, that lastly brings us to the debut of the Jordan 40, which you guys can look forward to dropping July 12th, retail $200. So not too bad as far as the looks on here. I would say, yeah, these joints are pretty cool looking, man. Like when it comes to a mainline Jordan release, I can't tell you the last time that anybody's really been checking for like mainline Jordans. Of course, you know, you got your purists, which still do check out the release from time to time. But as far as like in the streetwear lane or in like the hype scene, as far as somebody just rocking a pair of Jordans casually, this might be the first attempt that we actually see Jordan brand making some noise with a mainline Jordan release. I think the last pair of Jordans that I was checking for was like maybe like the 20s. One of them pairs like the 21s, maybe something like that. There's so many pairs, but like it's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. And with this one, I think these kind of give some futuristic vibes. They're keeping things simple, which I appreciate. But as far as the elements, this is a big one, right? Jordan brand, they're celebrating the 40th anniversary. And as far as this upcoming release, we're seeing a lot of past Jordan elements incorporated into the design. So nice kicks, did a little breakdown right here. So you got some of the Jordan 14 in these. You got a little bit of the Jordan 5, 3, 12. And when you get into the back heel tab, on top of that, you got the good Nike Air with the faint little cement print on the back of these. So Jordan brand, I kind of like what they did right here. You know, these joints are cool and all that. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Yep, Nike Air on the back. That's pretty dope, right? So let's take a little shot here. Look at these joints in person. I appreciate what they did right here. You know what I'm saying? Incorporating some of those past elements. Most definitely one of the best mainline Jordans that we've seen in quite some time. But at the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, if we're just being real, like, come on now. Come on, Jordan brand. At the end of the day, I ain't getting paid to say nothing for y'all, man. While I appreciate where they're taking things, unfortunately, I just don't see these being a big hit. Like, people really only care about their Jordans 1 through 14. And as far as these 40s, they could put as much marketing efforts they want into them. These joints are just gonna be a flop. Like, I mean, they couldn't even throw like a Travis Scott logo on these and people would check for these. But I guess I like the fact that they're taking it into that direction. But You got newer models like the Shai 1s. You got the AE2s coming in. I even rock with the Jai 3s. I feel like them Jai 3s are dope as well. So Jordan 40s, nice attempt. I appreciate them incorporating some of those past elements, but maybe Action Bronson was onto something and Jordans aren't exciting anymore. I mean, you got the Jordans 1 through 14, but as far as like mainline new Jordan releases, maybe that boy Action was onto something. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. If you guys enjoyed today's update, help out the channel by smashing the like button. Plus, if you made it all the way through the end, y'all the realest, please let me know by dropping a salute. So JA, I'll catch you guys next time for the latest updates. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.